Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of my Brandenburg Let's Play. So, this episode we're going to be going straight in against Poland very shortly, but I have been thinking during the break here, I've been checking our modifiers with Novgorod, and it looks like pretty much our, I think both our military and economy compared to them are capped out at 30 and 20. There's nothing we can do about their government type, or really their religion. So we're going to have a tough time vassalizing them with this current dynamic. I do think it's... he had his core removed over Never, so that's going to be our best bet here. If we can attack Denmark and take Never for ourselves, most likely in that circumstances, the distance between borders modifier will be close enough. That combined with having our relations at 190. But with that being said, I think considering we're not going to be able to integrate him at any time soon, we are over our Diplo slots, which is not very appropriate. If we integrate East Friesland, East Friesland, then we will be able to get one additional province to add to the empire there, and I was hesitating because of the Diplo reputation cost, but let's get our reputation up with him because we can begin integrating in 1517, and it's going to be past that date once we finish this war with the Polish. So how about we just wait for these Livonian separatists to spawn? We've got a tremendous amount of unrest. And then we're going to gear straight up for a war against the Poles. Now, I noticed that Muscovy will help us in an offensive war against them. And we got a tremendous amount of favors with him. So I'm going to go ahead and call him in to make our life a little bit easier, because we do have to fight the Papal State at the same time. So it might just take a bit of the pressure off us having to do all the work in this war, but we've got 3 call to arms worth of favors with Muscovy already, and counting, because we are the Emperor and we've got a decent amount of troops. Yep, gonna go ahead and, well, let's look at this now that we've caught up these provinces. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, dude. It's not gonna happen. Damn, what a shame. No vassalization of Novgorod yet. I was hoping to already be kind of pressing into Russia via feeding Novgorod, hashtag feed Novgobear, but it's just not happening at the moment. So there you go. Can't win them all. Holy crap. Game is so fast on speed 5. Let's turn the speed down. See, I didn't even reinforce here because I was so fast. Gosh darn it. Suffering a bit more casualties there than I would have liked. Brutal. Okay, we can afford to do this, which gives us a nice modifier here. Looks like we're going to be taking some loans. But that's okay. Take out some loans to go to war against the Poles. So he's only has 4k here. Let's check out his forces, because I want to... He's got 25,000. Alright. So we're basically going to have to do most of the work ourselves, at least initially anyway, because the Muscovites will take their time to get over here. I don't want to take up my military just yet, so let's keep developing in the cheaper provinces to develop. And here we go. If we declare on Poland, then power projection should be above 50 for a brief period of time, and then when we piece them out, should be above 50 again, hopefully. So our provinces are being converted here. I guess I should fabricate against Denmark. I think taking Never is the only real solution to being able to diplo-vassalize Novgorod. And we've kind of already committed to that. It's not like we can just kill Novgorod ourselves, because we will have a truce with him. So there we go. I think that's our best bet, is we take a war, and I suppose we take less than I would really like to take, right, guys? Because I'm trying to think, like, what I wanted to do is diplo-vassalize Novgorod and then use the Imperial ban CB against this guy to release Holstein. here inside the empire, and also return core at no cost. But that's not going to work if he's not our vassal. What a shame. So let's go to war. We're just going to have to be a little bit slower in the Russian region than I would like. We don't have much choice. But if we look at Denmark here, we can see he's going to get crushed. We have the opportunity to call in pretty much all our allies if we so desire. So we could absolutely obliterate him if we wanted. Now, if we stack wipe this, which we most likely will, then our forces are pretty even there against the Poles, but we just built some reinforcements, so this is a good start. Now, of course, that's not including Moldavia. Where was my diplomat? My advisor was here. Yeah, diplomat. That's the right word. Okay. Nice. We should be happy. We should be happy. Like, in theory, guys, in terms of blobbing out, we don't need to do this. Because we still have places to efficiently spend our admin. But part of the reason I want to do this is to, deal with these guys while their treaties are annulled with Denmark and Lithuania. He's trying to grab better diplomacy. And the other reason, so whack-a-mole, keep them down. But the other reason is the power projection. So in terms of the rate that we're expanding, honestly, the best way we could be expanding is really up here with this subject, because that doesn't cost admin. So a little bit of a shame that we're not doing so well over there. But by the looks of things, this war is going to go nice and smooth, clean, hopefully. It's going well at this rate. If the Poles want to just walk up into Russia, we'll allow them to do that. And got to keep an eye on these. There they are, the Papal State. 23,000 stack walking around. If I had some spare admin, I would love to make these places stated up. But probably the smartest thing to do is to state up territories that have Poles in them, so that we can accept the Polish over our partially accepted Prussian, which will soon be fully accepted. It's a hard choice. We need a ton of admin, quite frankly. Oh, Austria's a great power again. So he's buffed himself up enough to be a great power. One thing that I had in the back of my mind, guys, which I wasn't really going to mention until the time came, but might as well, is perhaps if we are the emperor, then if the Austrian land gets ravaged by the centers of Reformation, unfortunately they're not close to him, so it might not work out that way. They're all kind of located here, not the best spots of the Protestant Reformation centers. But what I was thinking is, if he gets ravaged and converted up, then he might flip Protestant. It often doesn't happen because he's the emperor. Often you'll see his religious unity completely garbage, but he doesn't flip because he's the emperor. But we might be able to have him flip Protestant because he's given up being emperor. Kind of, good timing for 20% reduce aggressive expansion. That's actually 50% with our national ideas and influence ideas. That's some good reduction, just in time to take some high development land. Yeah. Denmark's getting wrecked by... Okay, well, I wouldn't say wrecked. So, interesting. Denmark, Norway, Mecklenburg, Lundberg versus England and Sweden. I wonder who wins. Either way, a fractured nation up there could be easier for us to deal with. Let's claim never. It's definitely not a bad thing. Even if he solidifies it, he's getting some exhaustion, his manpower going down and so on. Maybe some debt. So that's good for us. The advantage, obviously, to Austria being Protestant is when we fought Protestant ourselves and abandoned the empire, it will have to be some little random will be the emperor. And then perhaps Austria would even help us against them in the Protestant League War. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's something to keep an eye on. If we can hold out long enough for Austria to flip Protestant, that could be an interesting, cheeky little move, which I think actually overall usually is totally obtainable, like not that unrealistic to expect to be able to do that. But actually in our game, we might not be able to do that at all because of the locations. Like, yet they haven't yet even reached his neighbour's Protestantism, so a little bit of a shame there, but it's okay. I'm just glad that our power projection's up and we're blobbing out just about as best as we could possibly be expected to blob out. Like I said, the only way we could be doing better is expanding on behalf of a subject. In that regard, we're doing quite poorly. We're saving up here to tech up our admin, but we also need our admin to core up. So not going to finish admin ideas anytime soon. Castile has no heir, but he's 15 years old. Savoy. Oh, and Savoy had the French dynasty as well. He's going to get PU'd. Yep. If he dies at 58, which is quite likely, it's France inherits him and Milan will attack. So France inherits him, in other words. He's about to get inherited by France. Quite likely, I would say. 58 years old? And by the way, they are the same dynasty. So if he gets some like weak heir or something, just in time, or one of those missions that you get, France could just attack him and PU him in the future. Interesting. Keep on developing land, guys. Every now and then, help out our manpower situation. Okay, we've claimed everything we can from... Nah, I'm not even going to spend 90 ducats or 15 admin for that one unrest modifier. I don't care. That's how much I value my admin right now. 15 is valuable. It's better than nothing. We've claimed everything we can from Lithuania, who at the moment has no allies. So our truce is 1 year with him. I guess that's going to be our next war. Go straight in against him while we can. If it's going to be that easy. Yeah, interesting stuff. And again, I mentioned, lame. Stability or army tradition. Rip army tradition. That makes me sad. Struggling to keep it up now. Below 40, wow. Would be better off taking our next general from the estate. Nobility estate, it seems. Yeah, I mentioned last episode that hopefully these guys become invalid rival so that we can rival up Lithuania. Although Poland's pretty big, the likelihood of that happening is pretty slim, I would say. Oh, guys, he might have the Crimeans or different nations defect out here. It's mostly still Sunni, so... the Crimea would actually serve us as a pretty decent vassal. Look at his reconquest. Definitely keep that in mind. Savoy's still up for succession. Oh, that's right. Oh, crap. Tristamar, stop. His legitimacy is always bad over here. I always see the chance of him being inherited by another nation. It makes me nervous. Like, I'd take you, Castile, but other nations inheriting, I don't want them to be, get massive game-changing PUs that makes me sad, bad man. Feel bad, man. I want it to all be mine. All be mine. But he's 15 years old, so he should luck out there and not pass away just yet. Alright, it looks like we might have to do some more work here. We lost Muscovy. God dang it, Moscow, why are you so bad? We might have to go separate piece the Pope. Or win some engagements against Poland. That would help us get war score as well. We do have ticking war score. But the amount of land that I wanted, I guess technically we don't need to take that much. Technically. Could take a bit less. Because we don't have the admin really anyways. Maybe we should be content with a little bit less here. Taking a little bit less land. Oh, the other thing is that if Denmark loses this war, he could become an invalid rival as well. That's another thing to consider. They could free up a rival slot. It's probably a good time to declare on Denmark, like, straight after this, guys. Because I think that if he wins against Sweden, PUs him again, he's not called to arms, right? That's how that works. So I think we're going to go in against Denmark, like, ASAP. We haven't got much war exhaustion yet. Yeah, guys. Yeah. I'm probably just going to take this so we can go in against Denmark, like, rather than prolonging this war. And fighting 2 wars like that would for sure give us way more power projection that way than, you know, fighting the 1 war and then waiting. Okay, so that should be enough here. Unlawful territory from Cologne. He got rid of Cleves, you bastard. Return. Who is a Protestant? Damn it. But remember, when we become the Protestant emperor, guys, we're going to want independent princes. So that's why I'm not even really caring. I'm not even really looking to see if they are Protestant or what they are when I do that. A little bit of an unusual empire game here. Alright, you know what? Maybe I can go for the stack wipe here and then just take what we originally planned. Let's see. Yep, he got stack wipe both those 3,000 rebels. Those 3,000 rebels stack wipe the Polish. Okay, sweet. That was a pretty good war, guys. That's what I'm talking about. That was pretty clean. Am I right? Let's look at our war exhaustion. That was pretty clean, man. 1 war exhaustion. Nice. And a 90 power projection. Holy crap. Back up. Power projections chilling once again, nice and high. Speaking of chilling, that's going to make me feel a little bit more comfortable not going to war, like, you know, immediately. But I think for sure if we can declare on Denmark while Sweden is separate, that would be a good move. Be interesting to see. He's got some rebels on his land as well. Be interesting to see which of those 2 nations, Sweden or Denmark, come out ahead. So I'm just waiting for my war exhaustion to diminish just a touch before we go in. Before we core up our land, I mean. Maybe I should tick that up as well so I can tick up my military and then I will begin coring. I think that's probably the best move. Let's get our spy network working in Poland again to claim up more land. Nice. At least Brandt dealt with those rebels. Oh, there's another stack there. Shoot. Well, I don't have access yet. There's the truce with Lithuania. Probably best to try wait until he's a valid rival, considering we have the option to go against Denmark. It's a good time to go against Denmark, guys, because we don't plan to take that much. And, yeah, we don't have that much. Do you feel me? We're starved for admin. So it's as good of a time as ever, in my opinion. We're 2 admin tech away from being able to form Prussia, but we might form Prussia a bit late because we need to flip Protestant as well, and you know how I feel about that. Oh, we're only getting 3 votes. Okay, we've got to watch that. Nice, we can abjugate. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Team, you ready? Are you ready? Let's be really careful. Sometimes these say who they're not voting for. I want to make sure we are being voted for. Well, it looks like it's nice and clear. 3 votes. Here we go. Got that Imperial authority. Life's good. Air's good. Life's good. Life's good. Let's try to kill off our next ruler. Abjugating some fools always feels good. So we only have to add 12 worth. 12 Imperial Authority worth of land. Well, let's see how things look once we are ready to do that, because right now, if we do it, I won't be able to pass these, waiting for our overextension and our aggressive expansion to go down just a touch. And then once we've passed one, I'll begin integrating this fool. But we got to get those votes, man. My mission is to get relations with Bohemia. I'm going to ally him up really quickly to get the 10% Imperial Authority growth buff. Nice! Diplo reputation from reducing overextension. That is the kind of thing we need, man. We need buffs like that to our Diplo rep, so that we can, like, even Diplo vassalize this guy. That's what we need, man. Sorry, Bohemia, I'm just going to piss you off by breaking our alliance with you. Actually. Yep, we're not being voted for now. Not the best spot to be in with our voltage. So this guy has 10% reduced aggressive expansion, guys. So we actually have 60% reduced aggressive expansion while we have that modifier for 7 years. Damn! We should for sure try to crush Lithuania and take all this while we've got the 60% reduction in that 7 years' time. We've got to do that. Let's get some relations going with Saxony. I think he will vote for us. Yeah. Man, we're hurting. I should abandon trying to claim... Well, let's get one claim here against Poland, but I got to free up that diplomat. We need more diplomats. This is not a pleasant spot to be in. I can take up my military now without dealing with corruption. And begin coring up some land here. So I guess we'll turn the speed up. How bad are the Lithuanian Polish rebels that are going to spawn? Let's have a look. 19 or 36,000 Polish. That's a lot. That's a lot. Probably by standing in some Polish provinces, though, we can diminish that a bit if we get the rebels under. Damn, that's a lot, dude. That's a big rebel stack. Okay, the one province gets this negative modifier, but it appeases the nobility. That's probably the best move for us to do. Our prestige is quite low as well. That's the other reason we're struggling to get votes after abjugating. Yeah, this war is being prolonged against Denmark, which is more than we could hope for. If we do declare on him and his little friends help him out, we could quickly piece them out and cancel rivalries. That's a good way to get some prestige. Hey, come to think of it, maybe we'll increase our prestige to 50, because it's below 50 now, and therefore the reward for that is really nice. Really nice. Let's cancel this and improve relations with some of the electors. It's just Cologne still returning core. But we're quite a big boy. You guys got to give up. We're quite a big boy here. Okay, so we have 3 votes on lockdown, but I'll continue improving to make that nice and safe, because our emperor is we're trying to kill him off. If we could get that guy to die at a young age, we'd only need to add 2 provinces. Unlikely, but we'll do what we can. Either way, still gunning for that 3rd. It's going to be quite uncomfortable to remain Catholic, but we're still gunning for that 3rd reform, if possible, before the Protestant stuff. Before we flip Protestant and abandon emperorship and turn into Prussia. So this is actually our actual ruler, guys, fighting this battle for us. Frederick Wilhelm, trying to kill his face off a little bit, which is not very nice. Gosh, these rebels, man. They're going to spawn a Reno. Let's try to jump on like here to prevent it from happening so large. It's going to be quite costly to our economy. We do have one loan at the moment, boys. Okay, max relations with Saxony. Let's throw it down in Palatinate. Looks like Denmark's actually losing. So we're going to see a freed up Sweden. Okay, I reduced that by like 1k by standing here. Second loan we go. Taking some debt out for a change. Been doing a good job managing our economy, in my opinion, considering how much of our land is not stated up. Like, damn, we keep expanding and not stating anything up. So, doing a good job overall. But I think let's quickly clean up these rebels after I recruit all of these fools up. And we're going to call that another episode, guys. We're in a pretty good spot, I would say. In a pretty good spot. We're going to get the plus Diplo reputation from completing this mission once we core up Warsaw, which is for sure going to help us out. We're in need of that Diplo rep. I can begin integrating East Friesland, and as much as it hurts me to lose the Diplo rep from doing that, I think we're going to do that. That's another province we can add to the Empire. Speaking of which, we are losing some Imperial authority slowly, which is not good. And we're going to have to make sure that we are being elected while... Nice, the Polish have one shock. Thank goodness for that. And let's use a general that has more maneuvers, so we don't need to worry about negative rolls. Should be able to handle these Polish troops. Except the marker lied to me. Rip money. Okay, he's in woods now. Flip. The Ottomans just rivaled us. Interesting. Things get pretty intense from here, boys. But our stability situation is pretty good overall. Just the Livonians, which are a much weaker faction, wishing to revolt at this stage. Economy's a bit of bad shape, but we've been there before. And I actually know the perfect solution. It's going to be the war against Riga. We separate peace Hamburg, Bremen, and Lubeck. We're going to come out way ahead, not behind. So yeah, I'm going to call that an episode here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I feel like overall we're doing really well. A little bit far behind in this area up here, but it is what it is. Going to try to go in against Denmark and grab Never, deploy vassalize Novgorod if we can. And going to be passing our second reform soon. Yes. Very nice. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.